Christ TV. Welcome to yet another exciting edition of your favorite career guidance program. Welcome to Spot On. I'm your girl Samantha Anasuisha, and today we do have an amazing female guest, a businesswoman who is also an artist. So in order to find out what we have today for you, all you need to do is to stay put to Nashta Tada. We'll be right back. Welcome back, viewers. Thank you very much for staying tuned. You are still watching your favorite career guidance program, Spot On, here on Christ TV. And now the moment that you all have been waiting for is finally here. I'm now at Cindy's Fashion Corner with the lady herself, the business lady I told you about, the musician, very popular indeed. I have Cindy today in the house, and I must say she's looking very beautiful, as you can see. I mean, I don't need to be telling you that. Hello, Cindy, and welcome to Spot On.
Thank you so much. It's a great honor to be here on Christ TV sharing my story.
Okay, so we know the Cindy, the celebrity that we always see on TV. Would you please tell us a bit more about yourself? Who is Cindy?
Cindy is a multifaceted person. I'm primarily a musician. I'm also an entrepreneur. I run a fashion outlet in town called Cindy's Fashion Corner. And within Cindy's Fashion Corner, we provide services like makeup services, styling services. We sell clothes and accessories for women. So I'm a lot of things. I'm a makeup artist, I'm a singer, I'm a businesswoman. So that is Cindy. I do things that I love to do for a living. Okay. I think I'm blessed kuti zvipo zvandakapiwa naMwari zvemaoko. I'm able to turn those into income and not just go to work because I need to earn a living, but I actually have fun for a living.
Okay.
Yes.
So you have the music side of you,
yes,
where you are Cindy the diva maybe,
yes,
and you are the owner of this beautiful shop and the clothes and everything.
Yes,
you said you are also a makeup artist.
Yes, a professional makeup artist.
Okay, professional.
Yes.
Can you explain what you mean by professional?
A professional makeup artist is one that provides makeup services for corporates, for individuals, for weddings, for shoots. I teach makeup. I've been training makeup artists from Booty's Pharmacy, from Empire Pharmacy, aspiring makeup artists. I've been working with organizations like Edgar's, and it's been a great journey for me.
Okay.
Yes.
So how did you start? You have all this now. That's all we know, but we really would want to know how you started.
I think these are things that I've always been doing. Like I said, I'm fortunate enough to be doing the things that I love for a living. So as you grow, you nurture your gifts, but sometimes you're not even aware that that's what you're doing. For example, the makeup, you know, but these are skills that are bringing in bread and butter. I used to make a lot of noise as a child, and I'd always be singing on top of my lungs and say, we are no noise hysteric, but look where I'm at now. I'm making that noise for a living. So it's not about when I started. I think I've always been doing these things. Yes.
And what would you say helped you to actually want to pursue? I know maybe you probably had the gifts, like you're saying you were always on the mirror and always singing, but then what made you want to actually pursue it? What pushed you? What gave you that drive?
Unemployment.
Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting that. Okay.
Unemployment, you know, I have several qualifications, and you get to a point where you realize that being employed by someone is not fulfilling. I remember in 2013, I gave up my job, and my excuse to my parents was that I wanted to finish my public relations diploma with IAC, and I wasn't able to do that because I was going to work, doing the music, going to chorus at the same time. So you'll find that I spent a whole year on the desk just doing the music. Music was paying for school, music was paying the bills. And I thought, ndikapedza this diploma, my parents are probably going to say, Shaga Bas. because in the African society, my arts are not really regarded as a profession. Hobby. This is when I actually decided, you know what, I've been saving some money for a car, I might as well open up a business and open a shop and employ myself instead of kuramba ndichingo taga mabasa ndichishandira vamwe vanhu. And you find that even job market here was pretty tough. Mazwewa, finding a job was almost impossible. I remember handing in quite a lot of CVs and just not really getting anything positive.
Maybe you can
so
actually...
I would say unemployment pushed me to employ myself.
Okay. You can as well tell us more about the qualifications that you highlighted just earlier. You said you were doing public relations.
Yes.
Tell us a bit more about that.
I felt studying public relations would help me. Being a public figure and always being out there in the public, it would help me relate to what we call my general publics or my stakeholders better. Because at the end of the day, if you want to be a big brand, you have to have good relationships with those stakeholders that surround your brand. So that is why I studied public relations. Also because I knew I was going to get into some ambassadorial work as a brand ambassador. So I wanted to be well equipped to do such assignments.
Okay.
So I've since worked with organizations like GTEL. Right now I'm the brand ambassador for BU, and that is a hair company. And besides being a brand ambassador for BU, I've actually got a business partnership with them that sees me not only being a brand ambassador and getting paid for that, but also sharing profits. So I think, you know, going to school and learning how to deal with the publics and having a good public relations background has helped me attain these things.
Okay. So maybe now you can tell us a bit more about the journey itself. Being a musician, being an entrepreneur, everything. How is it like with you? How are you able to balance the three or the two?
These things balance themselves out naturally. Because like I pointed out before, I'm doing things that I love and that come naturally to me. So I'm literally existing.
Okay.
You know, this is
the
normal.
pressure is not too much. It's just okay for you.
If I don't have pressure, then I feel like I'm doing nothing. I thrive under pressure. The more work I have to do, the happier I am and the more fulfilled I am.
Okay.
So you find that it's not a matter of balancing my professions out, but it's about existing. And living a day as it comes and fulfilling my goals.
That's so profound.
I'm very fortunate. I'm also surrounded by a lot of people who help me in my professional life. Musically, I'm signed to a label called Bryce Nation. So you find that Bryce Nation takes care of things musically. All I have to do is show up. All I have to do is rehearse. All I have to do is sing and fulfill assignments that they would have brought to the table. In terms of the fashion, I've also got my shop manager who manages my shop. And, you know, my makeup squad 263, which is a team of makeup artists that I work with. So everything just, you know, kind of contributes into everything.
All right. And what are some of the challenges that you face in the whole thing? I like calling it the whole thing. I really do not know where to point. But what are some of the challenges that you face? Being Cindy, being all this, tell us, how is it like?
Maybe balancing out my social life with my professional life is a bit of a challenge because I'm busier than the average girl. So you find that sometimes relatives, friends will say you're not making enough time for us. So those are some of the challenges I face. And economically, of course, the economy is quite a challenge. So, you know, it's me trying to come up with strategies that will help keep my business afloat. That is the challenge. You know, navigating the economy, basically, is a huge challenge.
Bryce Nation over everything. Yakakosha,
muti azoudzorera ini ndakachema mwari vakandinzwa vakandipa iwe.
So by the way, I do not see any ring on your finger whatsoever. Can you tell us what's up? What's going on?
I'm not married.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not married. I'm not yet married.
No, not yet.
Yes.
Okay.
When I do, I will announce.
Well, that's great. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So could you tell us about maybe those people that assisted you, or what would you say was your breakthrough moments? Those things that came together to make you the person you are today.
I'll start with the music, which is my core business.
Okay.
I started recording when I was 19 due to peer pressure from a friend.
Okay.
Her name is Lorraine Dunduru. And she always used to drag me to the studio, to what was That Squad Studios, or Chamembe. Yeah,
Okay.
It was popularly known as Chamembe. And she believed that I had a gift. Personally, I just thought everyone could sing. Singing in key is natural to everyone. So I actually had to get used to recording, because initially that was not part of the plan.
Okay.
I just wanted to, go through school, go through my tertiary education, get married, and become a CEO somewhere at some
It's so
point.
heartbreaking coming from a person with such a beautiful voice. And okay, you can go
So
on.
Lorraine pushed me into singing. I fell in love with recording.
Okay.
I loved singing, but I didn't think I would be a recording artist.
Okay.
So due to peer pressure, I started recording, and I released my first album in 2006, beginning of 2006, called Kukuda Loving You. And within 11 months, I'd already had like a Zima nomination, 2 NAMA nominations. I was like, wow, okay, the response is amazing.
It's amazing.
So I began to toy with the idea of becoming a professional musician.
Okay.
So I would still be employed and carry on with my music. I'll still do Zechkoro and carry on with my music until 2013, when I decided to become a full-time musician. 2014, I opened my fashion business. I employed myself. This is when I actually began to be a full-time person in my arts, and that is music and fashion.
Okay.
So it's been an incredible journey. I've worked with the likes of Take 5. I've worked with Mac D, Russo, Elton Bryce. I've worked with, I think, all the biggest musicians that you can think of in the country. I've worked with Anna Joseph Madzire. I've worked with Anna Knox, Junior Brown, Rocky. I've been surrounded. Mujeni Yangu, Analazi T. So many people have contributed to my success and to my growth. And I'm lucky to have been surrounded by Vanvari, very positive, who've urged me on. And Dova Simbisa, out, you know what? You don't have to be employed by someone else. You can do this full time. And getting here now, I mean, to give credit to everyone, I think so I'll end here and say, thank you to everyone who's ever contributed to my journey thus far. It's not easy in Zimbabwe being a person where my arts, in terms of music, in terms of fashion, seriously, all the way from the top. And when I say from the top, from the government itself, all the way into society at such times as Tambira, kuti kune vanhu vane chipo chekukreata. And those people need to be embraced, those people need to be sponsored, those people need to be supported and urged on. I don't think I would be making the kind of money I make had I still been working for someone. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I am working with zvipo zvandakapiwa naMwari, and I'm comfortable. So I'm saying to parents out there, kana une mwana anoimba, une mwana anodesigner, musapote, anotamba bora, anotamba tennis, or whatever it is, chiri creative chanoita, anongonida support, and you never know. Maybe that person can have international success.
It's just like Cindy, I mean.
Yes.
All right, so there are people out there who would want to be like you, maybe in any of the careers that you are pursuing. Maybe they would want to be makeup artists, or maybe they would want to own boutiques, or even pursue music, right?
Yes.
What would you say was your secret? What was your secret to this whole breakthrough that you have been through? What is your secret? And what actually makes Cindy different? What makes you outstanding?
it's God's grace above all else. I think we need to give credit kumuridzi wezvipo. Matalents andorwa muBhayibheri anopiwa ndiwo acho atisvitsa pano nhasi. And my parents actually embracing kuti vane mwana ari creative is a huge contributor, because kana uine peace kumba uchizoti vanhu vari kuti ita ndo zvawakasarudza. I think it makes it easier for a creative to be more comfortable. More comfortable in a space where they're comfortable enough to create. Usinganyanyodzikisirwa kana kunzi aiwe iwo wakafunda stereki siyana nezvauri kuita. You know, if it had been other parents vaingonzi wakadzidza stereki, you know.
But have you had other people like your loved ones?
Yes.
Tell us more about that.
Hama maybe dzinouya kuvabereki dzichiti mwana wenyu akajaidzwa stereki, you know, kana uchibuda muTV uchinzi no anga achiimba kugig adzoka kumana 3 am pamwe vanenge vashanya vachizviona, then vabereki vopiwa pressure yekuti mwanasikana muri kumujaidzwa ndosaka asingaroorwe. The struggle is real in Africa.
But you were able to put that aside, and you still felt like you should pursue this. Right.
I think it's my parents who were able to say, okay, mwana ndewedu, let's make our own decisions. Support yavo has really, really contributed immensely to me being able to do what I do.
All right, now viewers, you are hearing it from her. Man, I'm so inspired right now. Like literally, this is what I would want to do sometime. But hey, it's not about me. So join us after the short break. We'll be right back with more as we are going to be speaking to Cindy. And I'm so excited to be here. Welcome back, viewers. You are still watching Spot On now. If you are just joining us, then I must say you are a bit late, but you're not so late either. So we still got more coming. Now, in case you have something that you'd want us to talk about or you'd want to hear from us, just make sure you get in touch with us through the numbers that are appearing on your screens. Now, we are still with Cindy. She is still explaining to us how she runs the whole thing. Now, earlier on, she was telling us about how the parents supported her, but at the same time she had some challenges with other loved ones having misconceptions. Now, Cindy, would you get a bit deeper into the challenges? I always want to find out more on that one. The challenges that you face besides the misconceptions from the relatives. What else?
It's not easy being a female in the entertainment industry. There are a lot of people who are literally vultures. They're literally thinking that every woman in entertainment is loose, every woman in entertainment is prey, and not only kwedu ku secular, you find kuti zviriko even ku gospel.
Okay.
There are promoters who believe that, you know, ukaita baby rake, that's the only way he will support. Kune ma producers akadaro, kune ma DJs akadaro. So imagine you're surrounded by all these people who want a piece of you. And why you are in that profession is uripabasa. Do you really have to part with yourself as well? You know, I believe we need to attain whatever success that we have to attain based on merit. But unfortunately, kune vaskana vekuti, they are made to believe that if they don't sacrifice themselves, then they won't succeed. So you find with a lot of girl children vanopinda mu industry with that misconception. And at the end of the day, hapana kwanta say, kwavanosvika, because vanopedzera va either depressed or vakufila kunge vari kushandiswa. It's a painful process.
But so, personally, have you come across such incidents?
Yes, I've actually had to deal with people like that and say no and have doors closed in my face. Many doors have been closed.
Wow.
And I just adopted a mantra, you know, kana dora chorisiri rangu, then it's not meant to be. So you find that you lose a lot of opportunities. Other people are given your opportunities wakatotarisa because of such situations. And you end up having to, grow a thick skin and say, kana zvisiri zvangu hazvisi zvangu. Zvinoita kunge chiramwa, but it's a survival skill. Because at the end of the day, what do you stand to benefit? Nothing. Yeah.
Okay, so you could now tell us about some of the achievements that you have made so far, the awards and all. Would like to know more about that.
I think I've been nominated for awards. It should be 25 now. Yeah, I'm currently nominated for Glamour Awards in Gweru.
Okay.
For Best Female and Outstanding Song. 2 weeks ago at the Zimbabwe National Women's Awards, I won
Best.
2 awards, one for my shop.
Okay.
And one for myself.
Okay.
And it was under the banner of the 100 most influential women
Wow.
in the country.
How was that to you? How?
Humbling to say the least. Humbling to say the least. I've won an All Africa Music Award
Okay.
for the best female artist in Southern Africa. I've won my World Heritage Awards. I've won. I can't wonder. I think my awards, I should have about 15.
15.
Yes.
Wow.
About 7 in music, if not 8. And the rest are a business. I've won even as the ZNCC, Zimbabwe National Chamber of Commerce,
Okay.
in the arts and culture segment, as well as in the business arena. I would have kumaunganidza.
I understand.
And then ndomaverenga ndokudza kuti ndeye chakati, but I've been blessed kuti, those awards have kept me going. When you are doing something, uchitatarika, uchita zvauri kuita, and you get a pat on the back to say, well done, you're doing well, it keeps you motivated, it keeps you going.
Okay,
So those are some of my achievements.
Okay, so besides the grace of God that you mentioned earlier, what would you say is the secret behind even these awards? Like there are 1,000 or 1,000,000 people doing the same thing,
Yes.
but you still find yourself outstanding. What is the secret behind that? Are you that hardworking? Oh, I mean, besides the grace of God, obviously.
Yes, you have to work hard. I put in the hours, I put in the work. I enjoy what I do, so it's not a burden, kwandiri. Andirwadziwe nekushanda, and I keep working until ndasvika pandenjira kusvika ndichiri kure nekwandoda kuenda. So you have to put in the work, the hours. You have to consult other people
As well, okay.
We're surrounded by people with a lot of wisdom, a lot of people who've been in the industry for years. Take time to hang out with them. You learn from others. Ukati iwewe ndio unoziva zvese, well, you might as well, live in your own world, in your own vacuum. But I do take time to consult.
So you were talking about how important it is for one person who is aspiring to do something to be able to find out from the people that have made it already.
Yes.
So I would want to know, do you have people, I mean, obviously you do, but tell us more about you having people who actually look up to you for knowledge and for mentorship, be it in the music industry or even
In the
the
fashion
business,
industry,
the fashion industry.
Musically, I've been surrounded by people like my manager, Elton Bryce. He's a very seasoned person when it comes to music strategy. I sit down with him to get inspiration, to get knowledge. People like Rockford Josfat have a lot to share.
Okay.
If you take time to sit down and listen, people like Mac D, people like Joseph Madzire, people like Russo, people like my DJs, Anna Witness Matema, Anna Bridget Gavanga, Anna Mox. I'm a person who ndikasvika pane vanhu. I always feel like everyone has got something valuable to share. So I'm a good listener. So I'm always listening when people are talking. I care to discuss my issues, and I'm a very inquisitive person.
Okay.
So you find with musically, I've had to, learn from a lot of people and hear what it is they've had to say. Co-business, I've been mentored by the likes of Divine Lukula, who's one of the biggest businesswomen in this country. She owns companies like Securico.
Wow.
I've had the pleasure of being exposed to mentors like Eve Gadzikwa, who is into standards. You know, she is the president of the Standards Association of Zimbabwe, and she also holds a post continentally. And when it comes to standards, standards, I'll listen to people like Eve Gadzikwa. The list of people who've mentored me is quite broad.
Okay.
I'm a person who's always willing to learn, and I think it's contributed broadly to my success because yeah.
And on your part, have you also been doing the same to other people?
Yes.
Tell us more about that. The people that you
I
have been mentoring.
Several makeup artists that I've mentored, and some I have actually employed, some I've found employment for, and they compose what is called the Makeup Squad 263. It's like we're a team of makeup artists. Some are not permanently employed to me, they're actually employed to other companies, but because I've mentored and trained them, they are always available to give up their services when I need them. I've worked with artists like Melo, I've worked with artists like Melissa who are on the come up, who I've also mentored, and Nicola as well.
So Cindy, how important is it to impart the knowledge that you acquired yourself to the next generation?
It's extremely important. Why? For me to be here, I've got other people who sowed a seed into me. They imparted what they knew and helped me grow. So it's like a circle. It's a continuous circle. I also have to give to the next generation, and the next generation gives to the next generation for the sake of continuity, as well as knowing that even those young ones that I'm imparting information to actually also have something to give to me. They actually have some information that they can also share with me. So I think business, music, and whatever sphere that you're practicing in, selfishness is not necessary. We all have something to learn from each other. Yes.
So Cindy, I'm looking at your shop. I'm loving what I'm seeing. The dresses, the shoes, and everything. The handbags as well. You seem quite big. Now, where would you say you got the funding from? Would you say that the music helped you to come up with the shop, or it was a totally different case?
It's the music. Money that I was getting, like savings from music, I was selling my music online. I had a contract with a company called Africori, and they put my music in several music stores, up to 200 stores. So when I got my royalties from that, my royalties from Zemura, I'd been saving for a car. I remember the day in 2014, August. And I was shopping for a car. And I had $6,500.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
And and I'm thinking, but I'm not a license. You know, it's just a thought that crept up on me. And I'm not a license. Kumote ikarovera. Kafunga kuti ma savings angu ga ituma kuore aya. Tuita seiko.
You had to come up with something wiser.
I'd always had a business plan to open a fashion store. But my business plan, or should I say my business model, yaidagana 25,000 US dollars. And then I said to myself, but why don't I just start small? Because at that time, they tengesa yembe my paper bag. They got my paper bag. They sikanwa. Chikarinde my paper bag. Chingo tengesa yembe. I'd always been selling clothes. But they funga oti ndani mazimari ndo pancheta say panchavura shop. So I went home. I looked at my business model, and I started to cancel things and scale it down into something almost minute. I told my mother in 3 weeks' time, I'm going to have a shop. The next day, I registered my company. In 3 weeks, on the 8th of September 2014, I opened a store. And that's how this shop started. I was sitting on stock worth $3,000. But by December that same year, I was sitting on stock worth $13,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's
so
huge.
It was so rapid. And in a few months' time, I bought a company car.
Wow.
So I realized, okay, instead of buying the car, I invested in the shop, and 9 months later, I had the car that I wanted.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
So music money, well invested, can last you for the rest of your life. Because you're not always going to be popular. Music is very seasonal. So I'm really glad I made that decision not to buy a car and invest in a business instead, because now this business has grown. Now I'm housing other brands, like a UK-based Zimbabwean company called JH Wear.
Okay.
They specialize in casual apparel. I'm housing them. I'm housing a hair brand called BU. So having this shop has opened me up to having my partnerships with other companies, where now I'm not only getting stock that I import, but stock from other designers in other companies, and also other local designers who are creating stuff for this shop. Not to mention how we've branched out into makeup now, and we have the makeup squad. So you'll find that it's been a journey. 4 years. My company just started as a little shop in Ituembe Shoma. Now it's an award-winning SME.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and you mentioned something about designers coming in and supplying.
Yes.
Tell us more about where you find the stuff. Apart from the designers, where else do you get your stuff?
UK, US, Nigeria, China.
Okay.
You know, we import stuff from all over the world. I'm a collector, and I'm fortunate because of the music. I get to travel a lot.
Okay.
So if I have a gig in the UK, best believe I'm also going to bring clothes. If I have a gig in America, I'm also going to bring stuff. If I got a gig in Dubai, I'm going to bring stuff. So you find that my clients are always, you know, pleasantly surprised.
Okay.
At Rambe Cheetah, the same things all over and over again.
Okay.
I'm a collector, so we collect special pieces as Zara Nevano.
Okay.
And, you know, that is our niche.
Okay, so my other question. Would you say it is necessary, or rather very necessary, for one to actually go to school for the things that you're doing? As well, you can tell us or give us a recap whether or not this whole thing that you have, the person that you are now, actually came from school. Would you say it's necessary to go to school, or you just need the talent?
It's very necessary. It's one thing to have talent. It's another to know what to do with the talent in the world of business. You've got to be very strategic.
Okay.
So I'm fortunate that I've got qualifications in marketing, in public relations, in project planning, and French.
Okay.
And this has helped me because you need to market a business, you need to communicate with your general publics. In terms of the music, I've been doing guitar lessons, I've done vocal coaching with the likes of Prudence Katomeni. You've got to constantly invest in your talent in terms of knowledge, because knowledge is power. Never underestimate that statement, you know, knowledge is power. Because it's one thing to have the gift, it's another to cultivate the gift. So we've got a world where we've got so many institutions that train. So why not, you know, engage those institutions and see how, you know, how you come up with different ideas. In terms of, you know, dishing out your talent out there. Because it's one thing to just have the talent, but that talent in terms of business has to be packaged and sold. So school is very necessary.
School is very necessary indeed. These are the words of Cindy, not me talking. So I'm sure you're hearing it for yourself. I've got nothing to add and nothing to subtract. Now join us in our third and final segment. We'll be right back shortly.
First Nation.
Why me push around with your towels out? You eat, I have no lover, baby. Ndaishingirira ndichinyarara kuti uti ndakabva. The tables turn right now. Inina panduka. Ineza ndakuta. Zvekufadza oh inini. The tables turn right now. Inina panduka. Dinero ndakuda. I wanna do things my way, my way. I'm trying to swap. My way. I'm trying to swap. Didn't set up pace, that set up pace, didn't set up pace. I know my place. Didn't set up pace, that set up pace, didn't set up pace. I know my place.
Welcome back, Christ TV viewers. You are still watching your favorite career guidance program, Spot On, and we still have Cindy. We are still privileged to have her here. Now, she has been telling us about how she has been working with other designers, in the supply of the stuff in her shop. Now, would you tell us, working with these different designers, were you the one who actually approached them? Rather, it was the opposite, like them approaching you. How did it work out?
Initially, I was just focused on importing.
Okay.
And I have an in-house designer called Glam Girl. She doesn't want to show her face.
Okay.
But I was just working with Glam Girl.
Okay.
And then seeing how Glam Girl's work was being published, the other young designers started to approach me, and I said to myself, okay, I've got 4 walls, I could help upcoming designers showcase their work. I've worked with seasoned local designers like Ngugi Vere as well, who's based in South Africa.
Okay.
So they approached me. I didn't approach them. Okay. I must say it's a good thing that I'm working with local designers. Tinocreata zvinhu zvedu, tishandisa mabhondi edu, totengesa nemabhondi edu. We don't have that foreign currency burden. So I am very fortunate that I'm exposed to local designers and tine hembe dzedu dzatinoita locally, and hopefully we are going to grow big enough to export.
Okay.
So those are some of the future plans with the store that are in the pipeline.
Okay. So perhaps if we could get back to the music side, what are some of the projects coming up or the collaborations that you have done, especially international collabs? Are there any coming? What's happening?
I have an album that's done.
Okay.
It's titled N1IS.
Okay.
Abbreviation that means no one is safe. Don't ask me about that.
Oh, okay, definitely.
So I'm probably going to be releasing it in 2019.
Okay, it's not out yet.
It's not out yet, but the first single titled Wabata Moyo featuring Andy Murizo is out. The video is almost finished. We shot it. It's being edited. And on the album, I also worked with international artists like GeoSteady from Uganda. He's one of the biggest Ugandan artists that we have. Okay. I worked with That Girl from Ghana. I worked with Foster eBay from Nigeria. On previous projects, I've worked with the likes of Two-Face, Mongani Fasi, on my album MVC. And I'm looking forward to more international collaborations. I'm going to go to the States, so I'm hoping to collaborate with an American artist or two. Okay. I'm really looking to broaden my horizons.
And any names of maybe those people you'd want to work with, you haven't worked with like now?
Well, I don't want to preempt. Those are still some of my fantasies. I feel like if I let you in on my fantasies, what if they don't happen? Okay, it's fine. But I have big dreams. Okay. Yes. So you are big already. That's nothing to argue about. But where do you see yourself, your music? Are you still going up there, or you done in the store as well? I want to make my mark internationally. Okay. This forthcoming album called N1IS is being distributed by an international company called Ivy League, and they're under Sony Worldwide. Okay. So I'm signing international deals. I really just want to take my music out there to the world. Okay. And the store will go to the world with me. It's like we're inseparable. My music business, my fashion business, we're one thing. So the moment I get a breakthrough out there, naturally the fashion business will be going with me to make a breakthrough internationally. All right. Yes. So all in all,
there's always that one person who'd want to be like Cindy.
Yes.
Like you are their model. You are that person they want to be. What's your words of encouragement to those people? What is it that you have to say to them that could actually motivate them to becoming that?
Believe in yourself. Believe in your dream. Don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. Because if I'd listened to the people who told me that I can't do it, I wouldn't be here today.
Okay, and maybe to those parents who have children who maybe they're not really supporting, what would you say to them as well?
I want to say to parents, let your children be. Let them be the best they can be. Let them be themselves.
Okay.
Don't force children to be doctors when they don't want to be doctors. Don't force children to be accountants when they don't want to be accountants. If your child tells you burning desire yake, support them in who they want to be, because at the end of the day, being who you want to be is also about finding fulfillment as a person and being happy in your space as a person. If you hate accounts and you become an accountant, you'll be miserable.
Exactly.
For half your life. So I'm just saying to parents, please be more flexible, and you're guaranteed to have successful children.
All right. So for those people who want to get in touch with you, or maybe they want to get something from your store, give us, where can they find you? Where are you located?
The store is located at Shop 8B, Regal Star Mall, along Sulundika between 1st and 2nd. Mugangoshika area here, udumkavunza shop ya Cindy Mwishai.
Definitely. And your contact details?
Social media, I'm available on Facebook as Cindy Munyavi, on Instagram, Cindy Munyavi, on Twitter, Cindy Munyavi, for makeup on Facebook, Makeup Squad 263, for the clothing line, Cindy's Fashion Corner on Facebook. Just Google Cindy Munyavi and all my social media handles will pop up.
Okay, so in case you missed any of that, do not worry. Spot On is here for you. You just have to make sure you also get in touch with us so that we can give you those details. Now, we cannot leave before you give us a snippet of what you do. Would you want to sing for us or something? My favorite, though, is, what's the name of the song again?
It's your favorite.
Wait, I know. It's Nditorere moyo wangu.
Oh wow, you sound beautiful.
Thank you. I'm blushing. Okay, so what are you going to sing for us?
My latest single, Wabata Moyo.
Okay.
You see, Wabata Moyo, Parere Moyo, Nditorere Moyo, it's like a trilogy.
Why though?
Because the songs talk about a story that overlaps.
Okay, fine. We'll not get deep into that. But yeah, bring it on.
Okay. When I saw you, I didn't know you were trouble waiting for me. When I saw you, I didn't know you were the one to set me free. Like a moth to a flame, I was drawn to your fire. Like an artist to fame, I was dragged by your power. You touched my heart, baby. You touched my heart. Wabata moyo, iwe. Wabata moyo.
Oh my God, that was really nice. Thank you very much. Why did you look emotional?
Because it's a song that makes me feel like that.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you, Cindy.
My baby, I just wanna love you, baby. I just wanna love you, sweetie.
So Cindy, it has been an honor. It has been a pleasure. Thank you very much for making time with us. I'm sure you inspired a whole lot of people out there. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. It's been my pleasure, and keep on keeping on. You have a beautiful voice.
Thank you.
Did
you hear that? Did you? Man, coming from Cindy. Okay, fine. We'll talk about that later. Viewers, it has been fun. It has been exciting. It has been educative. It has been informative. It has been spot on. My name is Samantha Anisuisha. Thank you very much for joining us on today's show. Be sure to get in touch with us let's talk. This is your show. This is not all about me talking to you, guys. You also have to be talking to me. Now, let's meet again for another edition of Spot On. Same time, same place. The details are appearing right on your screens. Be sure to talk to us. Till we meet again next time, it's goodbye for now. Stay in the peace of God.